Thank you, Chandler. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium Rebecca Peerless, class valedictorian, for some opening remarks to her class.
Good morning, friends, family, and the class of 2017. Let me start off by saying that I promised my brother that I would avoid any superhero quotes, and that should seriously shorten how long this will take. I know we have all waited for this day for a long while, and it is finally here. 4 amazing years culminate in this special ceremony. Although most of us probably counted down the days until graduation, I'd like to take a moment to now go back and reflect on what our entire class accomplished. From the day we walked into Waynesboro High School as freshmen, Mr. Tichy told us that he knew our first year of high school was going to be a good one. We had a reputation from our middle school days of being a genuinely good class, and I remember being proud of that. A class's track record does not come from a single person's actions. It doesn't come from the actions of a few class leaders. It comes from the combined actions of 203 good-hearted people. Every single one of you contributed to our class's reputation, and that is certainly what set us up for the greatness that awaited us over the following 3 years. That greatness was first evident our sophomore year, when we won the Spirit Stick. For those of you who are unaware, the Spirit Stick is a small cardboard tube that is awarded to the class that wins the most points from various competitions held during homecoming. So obviously, winning the Spirit Stick is basically on par with winning the Super Bowl or the World Cup. Of course, we would go on to win it twice more, but the first year we received the Spirit Stick was the most memorable. We truly came together as a class when we were sophomores to beat the classes of 2015 and 2016. I don't think any other class in the history of Waynesboro High School has ever won the Spirit Stick their sophomore year. So if you can't already tell, we're definitely the best class Waynesboro has ever seen. As juniors, we went all out in everything we did, whether that was packing the stands at football games or collecting the most canned food items. Boy, did we collect a lot of cans. I've never seen so many cans. We probably single-handedly financed Save a Lot for a year from all our purchases. It may be obvious by now that we far exceeded expectations in school spirit. Our pride in our school and our joy in being with our classmates was evident to anyone who came to a crowded football game, watched a choir concert, or set foot in a pep rally. We were proud to be the class of 2017, and we wanted everyone to know. And now we've come to senior year. This year has been vastly different from the other ones because we all knew that it was our last. However, I think that knowledge helped us make it the best year yet. Together, we rallied with even more canned food to ensure our Spirit Week repeat. Additionally, we helped each other grow. As college acceptances came out and career plans were made, I saw nothing but support for each other. There was an outpouring of love on each post on social media. We became even tighter as a class as we realized that the people we grew up with are truly going their separate ways after this very ceremony. As an example, the stands at the soccer field were more crowded than they've been in years. At concerts, games, and other events, I always saw familiar faces. We wanted to hang out with each other as much as possible, and we made the most out of every day to be together. The people around you have grown to be your closest friends. I'm sure you can remember a time when you were with your best buddies in the middle of a class that was either sweltering hot or absolutely frigid, and you realized that you didn't know what you would do with them. The temperature changes, on the other hand, will not be missed. But now we enter the future, where we will go our separate ways. My message is plain. Keep in mind that each and every one of you is capable of making the world better. It's that simple. We've already worked to make this school better, and now it's time to make the lives of those around you better. I know many of you are joining the workforce, enlisting in the military, or heading off to college. Whatever you end up doing, and it might not be what you're currently planning, remember to help others. Don't be motivated by fame or by money. Don't do something just because it'll put you ahead of others. Rather, do what's right. Put others first. Think less about yourself and more about those who surround you. If you do so, you'll find yourself benefiting more than you would have if you had only thought of yourself. Take a look at the people sitting next to you. Look at the faces you've grown up around. Look at the people who experienced hearing loss with you during fire drills and who sat outside with you for hours during fall. Look at the peers who patiently endured collapsing roofs and cracked walls with you. I hope you'll realize that these people are more than simply your friends or your acquaintances. They are your family. These are the people who were with you through it all. They were there for every happiness and every sadness that came along with being a high school student. As we all go our separate ways, please remember that you always have a family in your fellow members of the class of 2017. Over these past 4 years, you have gained 202 brothers and sisters. Boy, our parents must have been really busy keeping up with all their kids. Speaking of parents, I'm reminded of a quote that I think really hits the nail on the head. In the wise words of Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, I am Groot. Roughly, that translates to, let's take a moment to thank our families, especially our guardians. Without them, we would undoubtedly not be here. They kept us safe during the first few years of our lives and were crucial in our development as we learned to walk, talk, and behave like actual human beings. So to the families of the class of 2017, thank you for all you have done. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. As I bring this speech to a close, I'd first like to apologize to my brother for using a superhero quote. I just couldn't make it. Second, I'd like to encourage the class of 2017 to use the sense of accomplishment this class has given you to have the bravery to do what's never been done before. Find ways to conquer challenges and, in turn, change the world. Thank you to everyone who supported the class of 2017 every step of the way, and as always, roll Giants.
Thank you, Rebecca. Coming to the podium is senior